The 918 engine is here. We have been so blessed to be able to do this project. It is a from the ground up rebuild, restoration, make like new, all the improvements and enhancements on the car, all its service updates, and here is the big part of the car, the powertrain. The 918 Spyder. This is the lightest V8 Porsche engine ever made in series production. It's been inspired by motorsport, but redesigned from the ground up. It has a 4.6 litre displacement, producing 447 kilowatts or 608 horsepower, which is the highest output of any Porsche engine produced. The 918 engine is a flat plane crank V8, so it's this portion here. There's an E-machine in the middle, and it's got the 7-speed DSG gearbox. We've had to clean, polish, re-galvanize and repaint areas. So far we've had to change the plates for the injector holders. They were updated, and we're about to change the spark plugs. However, the spark plugs do require a special spark plug removal tool, which we don't have, and we're just waiting for that. And that's the main parts of the engine servicing. There is some oil and transmission fluid to be replaced as well, and that's about it. The engine doesn't weigh that much for what it is. It does rev to a high number, I think it's around 10,000 RPM. It's a top-mounted exhaust as well, so the engine's exhausts are coming out through these two exotic metal exhaust systems. Its air is going through these exotic carbon fiber air boxes. So air comes through the side, goes up, goes down into these air boxes here, and goes through to the side of the engine. The combustion effect happens, and of course it comes out the top. Porsche did this to be able to allow the battery pack underneath, which we'll show you as well, to be protected from heat. So the fuel tank sits high and the battery pack sits low, and they're all below the hot area of the engine. And I'll show you the covers that they use to try and keep the heat away from anything that's delicate. Spark plugs, boxes, any of the componentry down the side of the car, the gearbox. So it has like a basin that sits all the way around here. Even the plenum chamber, vacuum chamber, is protected. So we've had to respray in high temperature paint to get anything that's corroded back to new again, polished up the Porsche figures, letters. The wiring harness also on this is a bit of a jewel. It's so beautifully managed with its bends and its clips. The way the wiring harness connects down the side using these circular high strength connectors. It's got an oil cooler here, and also to note, we had to buy the Porsche official stand for the engine to sit on and a bespoke engine lift. All of this was necessary to be able to take the engine out of the car and then be able to put it back in. So this requires its engine carrier to sit over the top of it, and then we lift the engine into the carrier, and then the whole complete set, or module as we call it, or Saturn V rear station, is then connected to the back of the chassis, which the occupants sit in. It's not my engine from my car over here. Just to reiterate, it is an engine that we're doing on a very good friend of mine's car, and we'll show you more details about that journey and why we're doing it and how we're doing it. So you're seeing every step of the way, but I thought I'd give you this video to start off with to show the masterpiece powertrain portion of the car. There is another bit of the engine at the front. Well, it's an electric motor, not a petrol engine, and that's the front drive system, which is equally as exciting. Today still is, I believe, the most technical engine powertrain in a car, a sports car. There are some others coming out there which have got normally aspirated engines, and there's obviously the Project One and some of the Aston Martin products, but I still believe today this was done in 2014, 2013. It's still so advanced for what it is because it's at the peak of engineering, in my opinion. Going from a high revving engine that's very small and compact, top exhaust, a very efficient E-machine, and then this very short gearbox, which is DSG 7-speed, is quite a piece of engineering all in one. And it's been such a fun thing to see as we've been taking the car apart, demonstrate to other people as they come over, and we're probably one of the few people in the world who would have ever seen something like this. I mean, look at some of the details here. This oil tank is something I would have made because it's low volume, it's not made of aluminium, it's not made out of steel, but look at the glue they've used to bond it together. It's made in sections to stop foaming inside of it. And again, one amazing piece of art and automotive jewelry. It's quite low. It's made by a company called Mayer, and it's just another story to show how there was no compromise when they were building this car. I was very lucky to see all the stages of how they developed the car. We did test driving at the Weissart track when we were buying the car as a customer. But we never got to see this sort of detail, understand it, even when the two factory tours I had and the tour I had to even see my car being built, and they even let me put parts on my own car. But we never got to this sort of detail to ask the questions. We could ask questions, but it takes time to assimilate all that information. So being around the car and spending time with it, cleaning it and polishing it and taking things off and reapplying things to it really makes you appreciate the amount of engineering that goes into these things, and how, as a small manufacturer like myself, we're completely inspired by it. So this is the front drive or powertrain of the 918. That's obviously working in conjunction with the powertrain at the back of the car. And I wanted to show you how compact, small and amazing this is. So this is a Bosch unit that's producing around 100 horsepower, but we'll check those numbers. And then this is the diff unit. So it's it's basically a reducer gear, or a diff with an adjoining gear, basically. So the differential is in this little bit here. It's got smaller drive shafts than the rear ones, which are really huge, and they're on a tripod configuration. I can show you one of those. And then it's basically two large hubs that the shafts are going through to the center lock. But what we find quite interesting on this is how compact it is. It's got the three-way connectors over here. It's got a very large bushing. We've given it another anodization and cleanup. It needs a little bit more cleaning up here, but essentially it's the full front puller for the vehicle, the four-wheel drive complement and the boost complement for the 918 powertrain to make the car what it is. Just truly epic, super fast, very lightweight for what it is, and an absolute corner eater. Okay, and that ends this little section about this amazing engine. Thanks for watching, thanks for learning about the steps and how we prepare this car for its installation back into its engine carrier. Thanks for learning about what the engine produces, how it's put together, and of course, it's just wonderful to see it in all its glory around our wonderful factory facilities. See you next one.